Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. I'm your host, Mike Bara, in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is a Tell the Truth Wednesday without Jennifer Falah. She's not with us today. She is home waiting for the air conditioning repairman to come in and fix whatever she has that's broken. Some of my favorite movies start that way. She called me a perv for saying that yesterday. So Jen's not going to be with us today. She did give us a little bit of a Gentel update last night, and we shall see what goes down. So we'll get to the news in a little bit. Meantime, while we're waiting for the folks to come in, from the Rumble side of the house, where I just had to post the link, I'm going to go ahead and go through the usual stuff. Don't forget to go to mikebara.blogspot.com to get all the latest updates on everything. And also that will send you over to the Rumble channel, where you can follow us over there on Real News Live with Mike and Jen. I don't know why the video is processing. It should be processing. It should be live. There we go. And you can also hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, the little red button there. Oh, let me flip this. Actually, the little red button in the lower, of course I'm blocking it now. Arg. Okay, the little red subscribe button in the lower right hand corner. For a mere $5 a month, you can support the show, you can support me, you can support Jen. We share the revenue, we pay the bills out of that for the streaming software and all that stuff. So hit that subscribe button, please. And also, you have this green $ button, the Rumble Rant button. You can hit that and contribute to the show. And again, Jen and I split all this revenue, so that's a nice way to contribute to the show. Also, when we do questions, and I will be taking questions today, but they won't be the kind that Jen takes. That gets you to the top of the list. Being a subscriber, being a Rumble Ranter gets you to the top of the list. And, guys, I'm just going to tell you, there's nothing preventing you from Rumble ranting us. If Jen's not here, you could still do it. I still appreciate it. So as long as we're in this situation. So by all means, do not forget to hit that Rumble rant button. Also, I would like you guys to follow me over on Twitter X. If you get a chance, if you have a Twitter X account, I am simply Mike Bara. My ID is at Mike Bara 333. That's a capital M and a capital B 333. This is what my page looks like. I'm streaming live right now. I've got the Donald Trump, the cartoon profile picture and the Donald Trump banner picture at the top. And I'd also like you guys to get in there and give a follow to Steve Doran, the Trail Boss, a member of our Toxically Masculine Tuesday show. He's just getting started on Twitter. He needs followers. He will follow back. I'll tell him how to do that. And again, Steve is a rock-ribbed patriot and deserves your support and attention. I've retweeted him this morning. So get on over there. Follow me. Let's get my followers back up to 25,000 where they used to be. Also, please don't forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at the cbdgurus.com, where you can pick up all kinds of CBD-based products for your health. Slide over to the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, no capital A, no S on the end, just alien, ALIEN, all lowercase, and pick up this week's specials. Along with purchases of $50 or more, $100 or more, or $150 or more, you get currency, you get Bolivar, you get Dong, you get Dinar. Matt is always giving some away. Matt has known about the currency exchange since 1995. And in return for that, you also get some of his wonderful CBD-based products for human health. Great stuff, great medicines. The Unscented Lotion 2000, I gotta send right Matt and say, hey, I need some more of that Lotion 2000. It's great for the skin. It's great for resupplying the collagen in your skin. And it's just absolutely fantastic stuff. Also, the sleep gummies are awesome. That's what's on sale this week. And I'm talking to Matt about a set of gummies with my picture on it. So get on over there to the cbdgurus.com. Also, please don't forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, the MikeBaraPets.com, where you can pick up all kinds of mushroom-based supplements for your pets, your fur babies, your kitties, your doggies, your horsies, and for human consumption. Just click on the shop now button, slide on in there. I've got Barkley on the mush puppies, the mojos, and I've now got him on the special sauce. I liked it better when they called it super sauce, but the super special sauce. Barkley had an incident the other day where he wasn't feeling very well. I gave him some special sauce in some canned chicken. He ate it all down. A couple hours later, he was running around like a dog with chicken with his head cut off. So these are great products. They support the pet's immune systems. They fix joint problems. A lot of older dogs have issues with that, with moving around, mobility. It helps that quite a bit. Mojos are a liver-based treat, which every dog I have ever given it to absolutely loves. Miss Fluffy Muffy, however, refuses to eat them. Also, Chill Doggies are a new product. The Chill Doggies are great for if you have a pet with separation anxiety. We give Barkley one of these every time Dave and I go out to have some fun in Vegas. Also, they have the Mush Ponies for your horses and your donkeys, like Henry the Donkey, who's very popular over on the Mike Bara Telegram channel, Mike Bara Chat Telegram channel. And the Enforce line of mushroom-based supplements for human consumption. You've got the Enforce Coriolis versicolor, the Enforce Plus for immune system boosting, the Enforce Clarity for brain function to restore, for support of your organs like your pancreas and your liver, the Enforce Shield, the Enforce Gummies. They've got chocolates, they've got coffees, they've got starter packs, they've got everything over there. Send an email to Diana at MikeBaraPets@gmail.com, MikeBaraPets@gmail.com. Link is in the description for all this stuff. And give them a call, and she'll help you with anything going on with your pets. There is a medicine for every ailment, and she and Kristen, who are the mushroom ladies, they just have phenomenal results with the pets that they treat. It's just been terrific. And personally, they both have amazing stories of healing from using the mushroom-based supplements. Also, another thing that we have is the LifeWave line of interesting phototherapy patches. Now, these things are interesting. They're a military technology. The basic concept is that your body is constantly emitting light in the infrared spectrum. This patch, this simple little patch, reflects that energy back to you and stimulates the growth of stem cells. The be-all, end-all, catch-all is the X39 patch. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. I've been taking them now, going on my 3rd month. I'm in my 2.5-month period. The X39 patches, that is the be-all, catch-all thing. The X49 is a turbocharger for that. You can buy them together in a performance bundle. And then they have the Eons, the glutathione, the carcinoid, the Ice Wave is for pain. I'm going to get some Ice Wave patches for individual pain. And also the SP6 patches are terrific for, absolutely terrific for hormone balancing. And again, appetites, organs, blood sugars, that kind of thing. I've been on them in my 3rd month, I've had 2 migraines, whereas I was getting them every 2 weeks before that. So dramatic reduction. They can also help with all kinds of other ailments. If you have any questions about them and what you can do for specific things, I'm going to have Michael Jaco on, I think, next week. We're going to talk about all this stuff. And the LifeWave patches are pretty amazing. I have 3 friends. This is the only reason I got into this. I have 3 friends who swear by these, absolutely swear by these, and say that they've had marvelous results. One guy's treating his mom's dementia. Another guy's treating his own personal energy is off the scale. He's nearly 70 years old and has more energy than he did when he was in his 20s and 30s. Okay, so that is that. I was going to stop screen sharing, but I don't. I want to get to the news now. Let me pop over here and get the news banner, and then we will get into questions, because I know you guys are all here for the news update. So let's slide on over there. This. Okay, so what I want to do is remind you of the Jen Tell from Monday's show, where Jen went in and she got the RV news. Where are we in the progression to posting rates on the Forex? and starting tier 4B. That's us. And the answer was the process has begun. It's in transition. It's a 24 to 48-hour process, and it is loading. Then she talked about the martial law, the curfews, the other stuff. But that's the key thing here. Now, we do not know when the clock started ticking on the 24 to 48-hour window. We don't know. So if it was 24 to 48 hours from when she did the meditation, which is the most likely scenario, we're coming up on it. We're just about there. So that was 2 days ago. Now, I heard from other people completely unconnected to Jen, and she didn't hear about these other people, that we were in a 24 to 48 hour countdown as of Monday. That's the situation. So since then, those people expected that window to have ended last night. They expected us to have had a public, visible revaluation on Forex or in the Gazette or on the CBI website, Central Bank of Iraq website, or some such indication that things had happened and things had started. It did not happen yet this morning. It could still happen today. I don't know what TNT Tony's going to say. TNT Tony's on opposite me right now. I would suspect he's going to say it's today after 5 o'clock Eastern, which is 2 Pacific, and I'll be having lunch with Victoria from the Y-Files at that time. So I'm still hopeful for today. Jen's window has not quite yet passed, so let's wait and see what happens on that particular issue. I can tell you a few things. There's no information out there. The people I normally get information from, several different sources, say there's no information. Everybody's gone silent. Wolverine said last night, all of his people have gone silent. Wolverine came on last night, and according to Bruce, everyone has gone silent. So we're in a situation where nobody is talking about this stuff. Nobody is talking about this stuff. And it's really quite unusual. And it does it mean anything? Yes. I believe it means that we are very close to the end. Now, a few other things have happened that are political that are kind of interesting. We're not done with the RV yet, but we're talking politically. Trump authorized yesterday the deployment of 700 U.S. Marines to Los Angeles to support the National Guard operations amid the protests, according to Grok. They're not protests, they are riots. The unit that was sent was the 2nd Battalion of the 7th Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division, based in 29 Palms, California. Now, if you remember, there was Gentel about 2 months ago, maybe February or March. And Jen said, I heard 29 Palms, and I don't know why. This is why. This is another Gentel prophecy coming true. These Marines were tasked with protecting federal personnel and property and integrating with Task Force 51 under the U.S. Northern Command. As it was described to me, these guys are the real deal. This is not any unit that was sent to LA to quell the riots. These guys are Roman fucking gladiators. These guys are being sent in. They will take no crap from anyone. If you do not follow their orders, they will shoot you down. Another guy described them to me as sociopaths, as people who can't wait to have an excuse to de-earth you, if you know what I mean. This is not an escalation of violence. This is a finishing of the violence. And again, if we go back to Jen's Gentel, let me go back to my profile and look at the Gentel. It says, let me share one more time to remind you about this part of it. It says right in there, it says, this is about martial law, curfews, emergency alert system in some areas. We had that yesterday with Trump's speech at Fort Bragg. Trump is making an example of groups who get violent to deter others from doing so. So that is Jen's 29 Palms, this unit. They are going in there to do that. So again, that's another Gentel prophecy confirmation as far as I'm concerned. I think they will be, to quote the Gorn from Star Trek, they will be merciless and quick. So I expect there to be some news on that front. Now, is that affecting the rollout of the RV? I believe it is to a certain extent. I am told again that the countdown was supposed to terminate last night and it was supposed to launch, but it was held back. I will wait and see what TNT Tony says about it, who's on right now or coming on soon, because he has better 3-letter agency contacts than I do. But I do not believe it has been permanently stopped. I do not believe we have restarted the countdown. And when Jen gives you a 24 to 48 hour window, that is not necessarily their window. That is her window. We are still in that. If it were to happen after 2 p.m. Pacific today, 5 p.m. Eastern, when the Forex closes for the night in the US, that would be fine. That would be within a slop section of an hour or so, a couple hours of Jen's timeline. So that stuff is very important. Now, I did hear again that banks were given the go ahead on Saturday night, and they were directed to push the RV out and start exchanging people. The banks have refused to do so because they are afraid if they do, Donald Trump will pull the rug out from under them again, and they will be stuck having given a bunch of money to people that they cannot then exchange at a higher rate and make a profit off or even break even on. So they're not willing to do that until this goes public in some way. They are not willing to do that. Now, let's address a couple of other things. You know, Mark has had his own comments 2 to 3 weeks. Mark may turn out to be right. What I can tell you is that it is ready to happen now. Not tonight, not tomorrow, not Friday, as some other people are now speculating based on nothing that I can see. It can happen right now. There is nothing holding it back. We are not at 30% of tier 3 bondholders. We are at 100% of tier 3 bondholders. So even though Mark's being cautious, the reality is it's ready to go and can happen at any moment. We just don't know quite what's going to motivate them to pull the trigger. Yesterday, Nader put out a video. Nader doesn't live in Iraq, by the way. He lives in fucking Florida. Okay. And yeah, he's an Iraqi and he knows some people in Iraq. And he shot down Tony's information about the rate having changed in Iraq. He may be right about that, but that's not really relevant to us. Because all we're looking for is a rate on a Forex so we can go to a bank or a redemption center and exchange our dinar. He says Iraq is not ready, Nader said. I have 2 words to say about that. Bullshit. Iraq has been ready for a long time, but they have absolutely been in full compliance with everything to revalue their currency since March 31st, 2025. That was when the entire world had to be up to a certain standard for this thing to go. And that's how long we have been waiting for this to be executed and finished. They have tried, I would say, at least a dozen times to finish this thing off. And there have been technical issues. There have been political issues. And there have been someone's rather large ego issues who is in a position of authority on this. Hopefully, those are all set aside and resolved. But we don't know for sure, so we wait. I will also tell you that there are 3 countries in full compliance. And as far as I know, only 3 countries in full compliance to revalue their currencies under the scenarios that we're talking about. Iraq is ready, Vietnam is ready, and Zimbabwe is ready. So the Pengo, the Bolivar, the rupiah, the yuan, all of these different currencies can go and apparently are included in the basket. But we could also have a situation where only the three that are completely ready go. Now, let me ask you, would your life be so terrible if the dinar, the dong, and the zim revalued at the rumored rates that are out there? Your life would be wonderful. It'd be the most exciting day of your life while we wait for the rest of this to come along. So I don't know if that scenario is going to play out, or I don't know if they're going to go with the whole thing all at once. So I cannot give you a date at this point. That will require like a Gentel update, which we would normally probably have gotten today, but Jen may come on with that later. I don't know. I will talk to her later for sure and see if she's got anything new that she wants to put out there. So the situation is that we wait and we watch and we are ready. Now, out of all the gurus that are out there, as much as I dislike him sometimes, Tony is the closest to being right that I have heard in the last, I would say, 2 months. His information is paralleling mine, and he has different sources than I do. I do not believe we are in a circle tell situation, but if anybody's telling you this thing is weeks away or months away or years away from being ready, they're full of it. We are ready to go today, right now, this hour. We can go. It's just a question of somebody with the political will to let it happen. And that's the news. All right, let's go take a few questions. Don't forget, like I said, you could always rumble rant. Jen and I will share it. It'll make us both very happy. Let me get over to the Rumble side, make sure we got everything good. What About Bob is now a monthly supporter for $5 a month. Thank you, What About Bob. Cool Raul's in there. How you guys? All right, let's go through a few questions, and then we'll get out of here and go about our day. I wish I were here to talk to you about what to do with all the money you're going to have, but that's not where we're at. Last night's show was on Rumble only, no placeholder there yet, but be ready to go if there. Yeah, the Rumble has an issue with placeholders. I don't know why, but yeah. Bara show is coming Vegas party time, all in and double down. It'll be fun. I had a great time gambling this weekend and did pretty well. Won some money. I had a good luck charm this weekend, so that helped a lot. Ageless Sage Women Wisdom is here. Hi, how are you? Deborah Dyer is here. The Rose. Ron Davidoff. Hope, doubt we will hear much today. Hope I am wrong. You know, you weren't wrong. There's not a lot to say, but there we are. Callis says, good morning all. I've been in California for 2 weeks, flying home to Illinois tomorrow. Kind of like jumping out of the hot pan into the fire kind of thing. Yeah, absolutely. Iridescent Flame is here. And let me get over onto Facebook and give you guys one other thing. I wanted to tell everybody I'm going to be up in Massachusetts this weekend for the event at Great Barrington, the UFO Monument Park with Tom Reed. Tom, where is your graphic? Why is it not here? It is June 14th. Judgment Free Celebrity Social. Okay, I guess we can show this here. So let's go do that. I'll be there this weekend with my good buddy Tom Reed. We're going to be doing some cool stuff, and we're going to be kind of a little meet and greet thing. I'll be there. Ava Groves will be there. Tom will be there. It's a free public event, and some of Tom's models will be there from his modeling agency. And we're just going to have a good time for the entire family. I'm flying out on Friday. I get in late Friday night. Don't be worried about that, because I'm going to be flying into New York to JFK at like, I don't know, 12:45 at night. I'll be getting there, and then I'll be driving out to Massachusetts and coming back on Monday. So if there are any riots or issues like that, it will be I'll probably be able to escape it, so don't worry about it too much. Let's see. Edward Voss. You would think that Trump could give the Patriots at least a bone. Yeah, you would think that if he gave a shit about us, but I'm not sure he does. Good afternoon, Jen and Mike. Sorry, ladies, first it's your show. Well, Jen's not here, unfortunately. Batman, Chris Iverson says, hang in there, everyone. We are witnessing the final act. I agree with that. I believe that is true. Are we days or weeks away? We could be as hours away. I think no more than days. Nico Lockie's here. How you doing, Nico? Sending prayers and love, says Carla Marie from All You Beautiful Souls from Chilcotin, Oregon. I haven't heard of that. I hope Jen is getting lucky with her. Yes, I hope her air conditioning is repaired today. I was just teasing her, because all those movies start like that. "Oh, my air conditioning needs to be repaired. I'm so hot." There's Jen. Valparaiso, Florida. Never been there. I don't think. What city is that by? King's Hacienda. What did you say earlier? King's Hacienda. Did you say something earlier that got you into trouble? I don't see it. Jen shouldn't be so hot. She wouldn't need air conditioning. There you go, Jen. I hope you're watching. There you go. You can't get a question better than that. Good morning to everybody. Not a single Epstein arrest. Don't worry. Pam is taking down lattes. Yeah, we're tired. We need some action. Please get rid of Walter George. Okay, I don't know who. I don't see him showing up. Where is he? Is he in? I don't see anybody there. So I don't know. I can't moderate if I don't see him. Do you think we will see an EBS? I didn't. Now I'm beginning to think we do. Look, again, these Marines Trump is sending in, they mean business. And they're going in there to kick ass and chew bubble gum. And they would prefer to kick ass. Yeah, Devin, we do take free questions every episode, but you're just not going to get to the top of the list. And the people that contribute to the show get to go to the top of the list. So finally I can subscribe. Yay. Hey, thank you very much. $5 a month. Guys, we got like 4,000 followers on our channel. We won't even have 100 subscribers. If just a few of you guys would subscribe for $5 a month, then we wouldn't bother anybody. Donnie on the Real People News channel said the Bolivar will be double digits. He's a vet. Yeah, I know about Donnie. Double digit Bolivar. I have no idea. I have no idea what the Bolivar rate is going to be. Oh, I did forget to mention the rates. The Forex rate on the dinar has settled in, as I understand it, at 481. Jen previously said 491. She may end up being right, but we're right in the same range. The dong is going to be $2 to $2.12. I have it from someone whose bank account I have seen that he got $2.12 for his dong. So according to look at that, I do not know of the Zim exchanges what they're getting. Susan Gretz is here. I'm not seeing Susan either. Why am I seeing so few of the why am I seeing so few of them? Yeah, I can't block the guy. I'm not moderating. I can't do the show and moderate at the same time. Brian Wilson, founder of the Beach Boys, passed away today at 82. That's sad to hear. My own cousin, Jimmy Lowe, who was the lead singer for the Electric Prunes, a psychedelic band of the 1960s, also passed away a couple weeks ago. Sending him good vibrations. That was sick, Ron. I hate that fucking song. I hate that song. So I better not listen to any local news or newscast today because I'm going to be hearing that. I'm going to be hearing that song over and over. May have as many California girls in heaven as he can handle. Yeah. Are you feeling different under the X39? Yeah, I'm feeling different under the SP6. The X39, not quite yet, but you're supposed to take everything for 1 month for every decade you've been on Earth before you really start to feel the effect. And so I got they come in 1 month or 6 months supplies. They're cheaper to go with 6 months. So I got that. So I'm on my third month. So I am not really anticipating it yet. And again, Joe Evans, one of my friends on here, he said, he said not, he didn't really have any effect until after 6 months, and he was just about ready to give up. And then one day, the X39 and X49 just kicked in, and he was out skiing 40, 50 miles a day in his 60s, which is amazing. His energy level is amazing. No soreness, full recovery. Do they cost very much? Well, yeah, they're about $70 a month if you subscribe, and then they're about 80. Depending on the patch, some of the patches are a little bit more expensive, but they're on the website, and I can put the website link in the chat for you guys if you would like. And also, there's a link in the description to the LifeWave X39 and X49 patches. So the average price, if you subscribe on a monthly basis, which you can easily opt out of, is $69.95, I think, for the X39. I wouldn't care if you guys did a show every day. Yeah, I should do a show every day, but Jen can't do a show every day because she has readings. And again, why can't Jen do a show later this afternoon with me? Well, because she has readings. Why can't we do a show Thursday? Well, because Jen has readings and she has scheduled. And that's Jen's main income is her readings. It's not this show. Although, we would like to generate a little more out of this. Did Phil have any intel last night? Phil thinks that what's going on around the country, which Jen again told you about 6 or 8 months ago, once this gets close, the minions are going to come out and start stirring up trouble trying to stop this, and then Trump's going to have to act. His thing was, this is the final act. This is what as Batman put it, this is what we're here for. That they're definitely going to take some action, and that'll be the cover for everything. Okay, I was looking at another website where it was going to be approved over in Iraq, and it got blocked, and they haven't passed it yet. Whatever, those are just formalities. Oh, we're going to have a vote. They have a vote when they're told to go. My understanding again is that Iraq is not holding this up. The U.S. Treasury is at this point, and guess who they take orders from? The silence means that things are happening, but because we're in a war, they don't want the other side to know what things are going down. I think that is absolutely correct. Let's put our X39 patch there. Love our military. Yeah, we'll love them more when they start rounding these people in. Didn't Jen also say it happens while everyone's watching the parade? There's a parade on the 14th, but I don't think that she said that. There's cool, Raul. This unit is so angry and bored, they're itching to do something, and they've got the green light to do it. That's also what I understand. They got the green light. There are no. Okay, here's what I'm going to say about these Marines that they sent in. There are no rules of engagement. Okay. For the 7th Marine Regiment from 29 Palms, there are no rules of engagement. That means if they see a looter, they can shoot them on sight. That means if somebody spits at them, they can shoot them on sight. That means if somebody is putting together a Molotov cocktail, they can shoot them on sight. And that apparently is what they are planning on doing. Guys, don't feed the trolls. Just ignore them. I can't get to that right there because my moderator's not over there on Mike Bara too. This will not happen until these protests are done and over with. No, that's not correct. It can happen at any time, at any moment, and it is not connected to the protests. Because if it was, the protests would just go on forever, every day. These protests are being financed. Anna Paulina Luna came out and said who was financing them? Some billionaire I've never heard of. Trust me, there are moves being made, and that's kind of what Phil G said last night. Okay. The budget tables were passed in March. Yeah, it's all done. They were done by March 31st. Any update on the dong price rumor? Again, $2.12, between 2 and 2.12. No, there's no holdups in Iraq, Dolores. Seems to me Iraq's ready, but citizens are still not putting their money in banks. There are no holdups like that. Yeah, we're waiting for the new bills. That is true. If we only have 1,000 to go buy currency, well, I cannot give financial advice, and I do not give financial advice. But what I will say to you again is what I've been told, which is that the three currencies that are for sure are the dinar, the dong, and the zim. The zim's not really a currency though; it's a bond certificate. So, not really exactly the same thing. The others, the Bolivar should theoretically give you the biggest bang for the buck, but nobody knows if it's going to go. Nobody knows if it's really going to be in the basket. Nobody knows if they're ready. We know the Vietnamese dong is ready. We know the Iraqi dinar is ready. We know that the Zimbabwe zim is ready. Me, I just bought more Vietnamese dong yesterday. There you go. Mystery currency Bolivar. Yep. VND. I don't disagree with that answer. To date, both you and Tony are incorrect. We are always going to be incorrect until the people in charge pull the trigger, aren't we? But I would again point out to you back to the Gentel how many things Jen is right about. It keeps happening over and over and over. What I'm saying is the dong is a certified currency that can be revalued at any time. The Bolivar is not. It's an exotic currency. So take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, Joe Grata has the right attitude. I'd be tickled pink if any of them go. Yeah, if they just delete the 3 zeros from the dinar and it goes from 0.00076 to 76 cents, and I can just take my 25,000 notes in and exchange them for 76 cents per dinar, my life has changed. My life is perfect. My life is brilliant. Everything's fixed. And then he says we need to thank Bush. Yeah, Obama didn't want us to have any money. He called us the peasants. But Bush, with a gun to his head, I believe, did sign the executive order that allowed us to buy exotic currencies. What do I think XRP will go to? I think XRP is going to go to $1 million by the time it's done. But the government may buy it out of all of us, may buy us all of it out, buy us out of all of it when it hits 100,000. I just bought some more XRP yesterday. Some of my hard-earned money. Troops arriving, and it's a beautiful 76-degree day. Yeah, that sounds nice. I think it's going to be 109 here today. Ugh. A little hotter than I need it to be. Do I have any chaos in my city? Not that I've seen. There was a shooting in front of the Bellagio fountains the other night, but it was two YouTubers who were having a feud, and one of them shot the other one dead. Um, uh, there are redemption centers. I know someone who knows a person who owns 3 of them. He's been to one. He's done an exchange and has an SKR. So they do exist. Yeah, Renee says our contact was on a call with Trump several years ago regarding this blessing, and some asked him what's the plan for humanitarian projects, and he said, "You are the plan." That's why they're allowing this money to come to our level, because that's how economies grow and how prosperity happens from the ground up. You cannot have top-down planned prosperity because they don't know what we need because they don't live our lives and they can't make our choices for us. I don't know why this guy's not showing up here. Mike TNT is saying now it's Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent who is supposed to put it on the Forex, and that Donald Trump has not authorized him to do so. I concur with that. That is what I am hearing as well. Did my cousin work with Todd Rundgren? Yes, he produced 2 of his albums. Jim Lowe engineered and produced 2 of his albums. So yeah, James was a very talented producer, and yeah, worked with Todd Rundgren. Lee Tuttle says X39 works. It might take a little time. Mike's right; it takes time. Yeah, a few months. So, have I heard any news on Doge payments? And I have not, but that's one thing they could do. They could do right now. And this is what's very irritating to me, without the RV, because they can finance it without the RV with fiat. They could talk about they could decide, oh, we're going to give you the Doge payback. They've already set that up. We're going to give you the Doge payback of $5,000. Now, under NESARA, there was always the rumor that that every American would get $100,000 as part of the NESARA compensation packages. Redemption. And they could do that. They could just say, okay, we're going to give you $5,000 Doge payment. And then they could say, you know what? This is really good for our economy, so we're going to continue this for a year. So that's 12 payments of 5,000. What is that? 110,000. Excuse me. There's everybody's redemption out of Doge, NESARA, and it would help every single person. Okay, yeah, thank you. Where do I put my patches? I put the X39 here. I put the SP6 on my leg. See if I can show you this. Show you. Yeah, I'm wearing shorts. I can't show you. It's right here on my leg, right there. And I put the X49 either 2 inches below my navel or on my hip. I was having some hip issues, and I put it there, and it helped my sciatica quite a bit. So over there in Rumble. Oh, Jennifer Brusco, a $10 Rumble rant. Thank you, Jennifer. We appreciate that. Mike, have you heard any news? Oh, that's your question. Doge and Social Security payments. No, but that is again something they could do to create relief for people. Yeah, see if Booger's available. Laura Yoder. I have moderators on the other channels, but I got 3 different channels. And it's tough because I now have over 10,000 YouTube subscribers, 12,000 YouTube subscribers, but spread across 3 channels. If anybody knows how to unify 3 YouTube channels into one, let me know. That would be easy. That would be easy. That would be helpful. Mike, in your opinion, how do you see the RV being announced? And Sarah Jasara, do you think Trump does it? Someone else? I think Trump will announce the gold standard, like Jen has seen from the Rose Garden. But I think that there will not be an announcement. There will simply be the enactment of the laws, bit by bit, piece by piece, that will get us to that point. It's like timed release aspirin. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there. You're welcome. I'm doing my best, I'm just telling you what I know and what I hear. So Charlie said 5 years ago, we won't believe how this ends. Yeah, I think we will, because I think we're aware of it. Who was born first, you or Dave? There is confusion on that issue. Dave Bara is supposedly born first. He was named after my dad, Eugene, because of that. His name is Eugene David Bara. He was named that because he was supposedly the firstborn, but the birth certificates said I was the heavier baby, the 6'8" and 6'6", 6 pounds 6 ounces and 6 pounds 8 ounces. It indicated that Michael was born first. So, and that was when I could get a copy of my original birth certificate. Now all you can do is get a computer printout. I wish I had kept that, because there would be so much information on there that would be amazing to see. But now you can't get your original birth certificate because it's stamped accepted for value by every bank that bought and sold you as cattle over your lifetime. So we don't know. We don't know. I have always led. I have always been the first. So I think it would be me, but we don't know. Do I think there will be a DC parade on set? They rolled in tanks yesterday, and I'm not people see these APCs, armored personnel carriers. Oh, there's a tank. No, it's an APC. They actually have the real fucking tanks and howitzers in there. I don't think they're too worried about violence in Washington, D.C. In fact, it may be a trap. It may be a trap. Nomad suggesting 300 in dinar and 700 in Vietnamese currency. Couldn't hurt you. Yeah, I might come back on Friday if there's no more to update, Emma. Well, no, I can't. I'm flying on Friday, so shit. But we'll see. Do you think Trump will sign the Insurrection Act? Newsom's trying to. That is what I hear. Look, all you need for an insurrection is to be able to show through connections, any connection, that this person over here is funding these riots in this city, and this person over here is funding these riots in this city. That is by definition an insurrection. If more than one person are working to achieve the same goal of disrupting American society or overthrowing the government, which is what they pretty much stated they're doing, you have an insurrection. Trump has, as I understand it, already signed the Insurrection Act, but he has yet to implement it. So Fox just reported that the Marines will not have live ammunition on them. Not from what I hear. Am I going to get into the metal game after the RV? Yeah, I will have gold and silver. I will have gold and silver. I'd XRP my pants if it went to 100,000 and they bought you out. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I agree with Batman. The parade in DC is still going to go. Well, George, that means there's an information blackout, which is usually what happens right before operation happens. What about the agros? Last we heard was 330,000 per billion. and they come in 10 billion notes. So that's 3.3 million for 10 of them for one note. You get 10 notes in there. So that's where we're at with those, Ron. I don't really know. But they are, yeah, I believe that they are certified under the same rules of certification that that the Zim has been certified. Backpacker briefcase and your IQD fit into a small envelope. Yep. The Marines they send in are devil dogs. They are known for getting the job done. I can't believe they were not given live ammunition. If I'm a Marine, I'm not fucking going in unless I got live ammo. Mark said today it is on the Forex. Which one? The IQD? You know, if it's one thing to list it on the Forex, even if you're listing it at 1310, then it can easily be switched to another rate like 481. Ask Zester about fixing my YouTube channels. I don't know if Zester's a YouTube expert, but that'd be good. I'll ask him tonight. I did hear something was going on at Area 51. Well, Pete Hegseth went there for some reason. Yeah, for Trump to announce the RV publicly would put all currency holders in great danger. That's true. He's not going to announce it. They're probably going to ignore it. The news media will ignore it. I think you'll get a few articles here and there in some of the financial newspapers. Oh, so an event that investors have been waiting for a long time. The Iraqi dinar finally revalued. And they can turn in their dollars, their dinars. So that's probably what we're going to get at most. We hear you chewing the ice. I'm sorry. I am an ice chewer. I also get dry mouth pretty bad because it's so dry here. Will the Marines have rubber bullets? Possibly, but yeah. Okay, Eric says on the agros, Nader said it's not on Forex in country. Okay, yeah, that's not what I meant to click on. Nader's full of shit. Just don't ignore him. 100 billion notes, 33 million, also 5, 25, and 50 billion. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. It's been on Forex a long time. It's just not the rate we're looking for. Yep. All right, guys, that is it. Thank you for your questions. I do appreciate them. If I have an update to do, if I can do an update, I will do it. Friday, I'm traveling. Saturday, I'm all day at UFO Monument Park in Massachusetts. And then coming back on Monday morning and spending a couple days in Great Barrington with Tom and my friends. It'll be a fun time. We're going to do maybe a ghost paranormal investigation. If I can get any kind of signal, not Wi-Fi, but even just AT&T signal. When we're out doing the ghost hunting thing on Saturday night, I will definitely do an Instagram live on that. So get on over to my Instagram. Let me see, where do I have my captions? Get on over to my Instagram and yeah, follow me there. Where is it? Instagram, Mike Bara 333 on Instagram. And I'll do an Instagram live from there if I can get a signal, if I can get an AT&T signal. That'll be fun. We're going to have a blast. So great to have you guys here. Appreciate each and every one of you. I appreciate the one Rumble rant that Jen and I got and the 2 new subscribers. Our RCR 13Q is now a subscriber. Thanks for subscribing. And I'm not going to be here on Monday, so I would expect Jen to do her own show on Monday because I'm going to be traveling from New York on Monday. However, should this thing happen, I will be flying home via a private jet, so not on Monday. If this thing should happen over the weekend, so hang in there, stay true, listen to the information from other people. I'll see you guys later tonight on Whiskey and Wisdom with Mark and Zester. And if I have any updates, then I will let you know. Thank you guys for being here, and we'll see you soon.